Hi, this is Steve from ActionNerd.com.
I'm Brandon from The Collectors.
And we're here for another comic talk on the first week of July. You have a good 4th of July?
Oh, man, it was hot, and I still got all my fingers.
So it was bad. We shot off fireworks, the neighbors combined, and we went 45 minutes straight with fireworks.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
It was insane. And me being from Arizona, you weren't allowed to have fireworks there. So we're like going nuts. Love it.
That's awesome.
So what do you got for us today?
Well, today, I'm going to talk about a little something new, which is Spider-Man Reign 2.
Yeah.
Okay, part 2 here. And I don't know much about the second one, but I do know the first one was really dark. Really dark. There was a situation in the first Spider-Man Reign where, Spider-Man and Mary Jane having their maritals. Well, it turns out his seed is actually cancerous, and it ended up poisoning Mary Jane.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he had to do some. He had to make some sacrifices to get her back. So,
I haven't not read that. I saw it made a lot of people's top list for this week to pull.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I don't know much about part 2, but if it's anything like part 1, it's gonna be pretty dark.
Might want to check it out then. Yeah.
Check that out. And then coming out this Wednesday.
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting on.
The number 1 for the X-Men. And this is From the Ashes.
Yeah.
A New Beginning. Yeah, I can't wait to see this. What this is about. The new X-Men, they're teaming up. There's also a X-Force coming out.
Yep.
There's an Uncanny X-Men coming out.
Yes.
That'll have Wolverine, Jubilee, and Gambit in there.
There's a Phoenix.
Yep.
Phoenix is their own title.
Yep. So check this out.
That's very cool. Very cool.
And for my future one that's coming out like in a month or so is Wolverine Revenge. And in this one, Wolverine is being, just hammered with a bunch of deadly foes. And I believe even some time travel because they have some dinosaurs on some of those covers. So I'm excited to see.
I wonder if he goes back to Savage Land or actually does the time travel.
That's a good question.
Who knows? You have to find out and get it next month, right?
That's right, next month.
Let me show you a couple that I was interested in. This first one is Annihilation 2099. And what caught my eye was Nova. So again, as I talk nostalgic, I picked up Nova off the rack as a kid, and it's had a few different Novas in the Nova Corps. Now, we saw Nova Corps in one of the MCU movies, and this is the last Nova. So that's it. So don't know where it's going yet. I have not read it yet. But as soon as I saw the cover and the speculation that Nova is going to get their own show, or Nova is going to get their own show, we'll see what happens. So it might be worth checking out.
He looks very Judge Dredd-ish in this, man.
I thought the same thing. It is very Judge Dredd, yeah. And isn't there a new Judge Dredd coming out?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the one with Carl Urban in there.
And with Sylvester Stallone as Judge Dredd. Yeah, I'm glad you remember that. That's from the Real, what is it? What is your podcast?
We Real Reels.
Yeah, there you go. I listened to it. I thought it was really funny. You got to check that out. It's fun.
Thank you.
So one of the things I wanted to put together today was comic books in the 1980s, the first appearance of somebody. This is just my list that I think is pretty cool, and I had to write it down. So in 1980, in January, X-Men 129 was the first appearance of Kitty Pryde and Emma Frost. Then in February, of course, this is what we talked about last week, Dazzler came out in X-Men 130. Doesn't look like Taylor Swift is going to happen. So, yeah, it didn't even make anybody's top 10. Turning to DC, which doesn't get a lot of love these days. In October 1980, DC Comics Presents number 26 had Cyborg and Raven, both in that same issue. 1981, Frank Miller brought Elektra to Daredevil in Daredevil 168. Rogue, now if you don't have this, Todd McFarlane said this is his favorite comic book ever. And this was Avengers Annual number 10, Chris Claremont, November of 1981, Rogue's first appearance. Now, it's an ugly cover, I think, and you'll see it right here. But Rogue's first appearance. If you like the Spider-Man stuff, and there was actually a TV series called Cloak and Dagger that came out. And so Cloak and Dagger's first appearance was in Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man, number 64. That was March of 1982. Incredible Hulk. Here's a quiz. Incredible Hulk 271.
Oh, I know all about Incredible Hulk.
Who was the debut character? Little guy. That's a hint.
Okay, the leader.
Nope.
Yeah.
Guardians of Galaxy. Think of that.
Rocket?
Little guy. Yeah.
Rocket?
Rocket Raccoon. First appearance, May 1982. Incredible Hulk number 271.
I would never
and he's
thought
on the
about
cover, too.
Wow.
Boosters Gold came out, number 1, 1986 in February.
He's grown in popularity.
Yeah, and supposed to be in an upcoming live action. Just getting a resurgence right now, and I don't know if you've got it. Savage Dragon came out in February of 1986 in Megatron number 3.
Oh.
So that was an Image title
Yep.
that is getting back to popularity. We'll see what happens with him. One of my favorites. Now, I bought all these action figures when they came out. They've done a TV show twice on it. It's The Tick. Remember The Tick?
I do remember The Tick.
The Tick came out in July of 1986 in New England Comics. You can find, I think it's 9 printings of issue number 1 that they've redone. I just picked one up a week ago in a collection. So it came out in New England Comics newsletter number 14.
The live action was pretty funny.
I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, it was good stuff. And then the action figures were well done. Just completely off the wall, but well done. One of the biggest comics to this day came out in September 1986, The Watchmen.
The Watchmen.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen the movie or the second version on HBO, phenomenal. Watchmen, number 1, 1986 in September. And this is getting a lot of press right now. So The Crow came out in 1989, and it was Caliber Presents number 1, Caliber Comics.
Okay.
They showed The Crow in it. That's the first appearance. And then Robin, how many Robins were there in the 80s? I think there were 3. I may be wrong. But Robin, the Tim Drake, premiered in August 1989, and then it was on Batman number 436.
Wow.
Robin, again, during the whole 80s thing, in Batman 357, in 1983, it was Jason Todd.
Jason Todd.
So, yeah, you got all these Robins.
Yeah, the Red Hood, man.
That's right. That's right. One of my favorites, New Mutants, 1982. Chris Claremont. First appearance was a graphic novel, and I got this one slabbed a 9.8. I was very lucky. Marvel graphic novel number 4 was The New Mutants. We talked about this last week. I didn't know anything about her. Magic. Magic actually came out December 83 in her own miniseries, Magic number 1.
1983.
A favorite, Lobo. Lobo came out, a Mega Man number 3 in 1983. Weird look to it, and you can see the cover of it. Not the same look that Lobo has now. Kind of a weird look, weird colors, that sort of thing. Beta Ray Bill, you familiar with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
The horse-faced Thor.
Yeah, Thor 337. 1983. I remember picking this up in college. Thought it was the coolest thing. The Turtles.
Oh.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Mirage came out in November.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry, May 1984. Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird.
Those are my favorite mutants.
Find that one, right? Power Pack. You familiar with Power Pack?
I'm not familiar with Power Pack.
It was a young kids, kind of like Runaways later on. Young kids Marvel comic, all had some powers. Came out August 1984 as Power Pack number 1. And then 2 more to go. West Coast Avengers came out in 1984 and of September. And then finally, X Factor.
X Factor,
1986 of February, number 1. That came out. I thought this was some cool stuff.
It was pretty cool.
It was fun to see all these things happen. You weren't even born yet. But I remember these coming out, and it was like, oh wow, this is cool, and it was the Copper Age, and just a fun time to see the comics, and they weren't super expensive, and even the high end stuff was still within reach. But what a great time to collect,
man. I want to bring back the Star Wars Acolyte. I watched episode 2.
Okay, I was going to ask you
episode
about
2 down.
that. Yeah.
I'm still enjoying it, okay? And there's still some good combat.
Yep.
You know, I'm half paying attention to it because I'm in the shop, you know, working while I'm watching it. But from what I'm seeing, man, this lady, she's trying to assassinate these certain Jedis for a reason and do them a certain way.
Yep.
She wants to kill one with no weapons to please her master.
Yeah.
So we're still trying to figure out who he is. But yeah, so far I'm still enjoying it. I'm still enjoying it.
So I watched the last episode. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Watch the last episode. I'm on the fence on it now. So I've been going real good and then no way and now back to okay.
Okay.
I'll tell you, toys-wise, the helmet, and they're calling the helmet of the master Darth Teeth. It's kind of a joke, but when you see it, you'll see why.
Oh, okay.
So they're having a Black Series helmet, like the Black Series helmets you can get. I don't know if you've got any in here anymore.
I've got a Darth Vader.
Yeah, Darth Vader one's over there. It's sold out. Pre-orders are sold out of this thing.
With dark teeth?
And yeah, if you haven't seen it, it kind of looks like a Kylo Ren where it's been welded and all the cracks. It's a bronze, a dark bronze finish, very weathered. It's neat. This might be the breakout character that saves this.
Uh-oh.
So, you know, people like to root for the bad guy. And we don't know the story of the bad guy yet. But I think it's got my interest. I'll keep watching it and see what happens. So
I think in Star Wars universe, people root for the bad guy because the good guys are so boring.
well,
sorry, I'm sorry, Star Wars fans, but that's still true.
And I'm wearing my Empire shirt, so my Imperial shirt. So we're good with that. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. What do you do? We'll see how this goes.
Darth Maul barely said a word in that movie, and I still liked him better than Qui-Gon Jinn.
Well, think about Boba Fett. The screen time Boba Fett had was minuscule, yet he became a fan favorite right away. Now he's got. I can't wait for the Boba Fett show to keep going on Disney, but. He spawned the Mandalorian stuff, and all. I mean, that's what it's about. People like the bad guys. Of course, Darth Vader turned good. Spoiler alert. So yeah, who knows what will happen? Shall we hit the Slab Vault and come on back?
Let's see if you got some bad guys for us in the Slab Vault.
Let's go to the Slab Vault. Welcome back to the Slab Vault. So I wanted to go back and look at some of these older Marvel titles. Some of my favorites. This, of course, is Silver Surfer #1. And like we talked about last time, it's a 5.5. It's not a super high grade, obviously. But the cover pops. Look at that. Again, I like to look at these. I display them, love to look at them, see how the covers work. When I first started getting into slabs, I wanted to get #1, 2, and 3. And so I've done that with the Silver Surfer. So there's #2, 4.0. Okay, but it still looks fantastic, presents very well. A little tougher to find and expensive. This is Silver Surfer 3, First Mephisto. It's a 2.0. But let's look at it. Let's pull it down and take a closer look. Look at the colors. You know, if you look, it's off-white to white pages. Edges, you know, there's some folds, some bends, some color breaks, that sort of thing. But if you really look, fantastic look in the 2.0. Again, presents very well, and that works out nice. We're going to go down here to a DC title that's one of my favorites. This is Demon, and you know, DC Multiverse, McFarlane's DC Multiverse put out a Demon action figure. I thought that was very cool. But here's #1, #2, and #3. You can see the different looks to them. Here's a 7.5 and #1. Again, this is the Jack Kirby. You can tell by the face, the block face. Very distinct Kirby. #2. Now this is a 9.0. Not too expensive. Presents great. And then a 7.5. Let me pull this over here so you can see it a little better. Without the glare. That's the tough thing when I have these sealed, but a really cool cover. So Demon, Silver Surfer, again, they present so well. So well. At any grade. When you find a cover that just looks great, grab it. Now somebody had asked what this was. I want to bring this out. This is a Tales of Suspense number 65. It's the first Silver Age appearance of Red Skull. And this was one of my first Stan Lee signatures. So there's Stan Lee's signature here. I was thrilled to get that. Great, great looking cover. Again, it's a 5.5. But a Stan Lee signature is a Stan Lee signature. Fantastic stuff. Lots of fun to look at. And you think of the history. This was made in May 1965. I was officially 2 years old in May of 1965. Great stuff. Let's head back to the collectors. Okay, we're back from the Slab Vault. A little Demon. So there was our DC Slab Vault, and then Silver Surfer with the Stan Lee autograph. Love that stuff. Love that stuff.
Yeah.
So we've still got this. We're still gunning for the 100 subscribers. I think we're in the 40s now.
Oh man.
Yeah, so we're slowly but surely climbing. All you have to do is subscribe. Once we hit the 100 subscribers, we're gonna put your names in a hat. We'll draw it here. Then this is yours. You can come pick it up if you live locally. We'll ship it to you for free. If you don't, it's all yours. It is a Ryan Otley signed and framed art print. It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
We're also giving away a free comic here at your shop, right?
That's right.
They just find the sticker.
Action Nerd.
And anything, whatever comic that sticker's on is free, period.
Right.
Boom, you just take. And there's how many stickers out there now?
There's 2 now. Every Sunday that nobody finds it, I add another sticker.
That's awesome. So come on in, dig through those. There's some good stuff in there.
That's right.
Now, speaking of good stuff.
Uh-oh.
And we talked about the 80s, right?
Let's take it back
so
to the 80s.
let's take it back. What do you got for us?
I've got the RoboCop. And you're coming with me, dead or alive.
What a great movie that was.
And what a great Funko Pop, man. This is awesome.
And that's exclusive from where?
Entertainment Earth exclusive for
Gotcha.
this specific one. They do have more. They've got old Clarence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He had a famous line in there. It was a little explicit, but when he come into the room, he was like, certain people leave.
Right.
And it was hilarious. It's iconic. But yeah. So check these RoboCop Pops out, man. They are awesome.
So I wanted to ask you about Funko Pops because I don't have any experience with them. The box and the condition of the box means a lot, right?
Oh, yeah, very important for collectors.
Okay,
I'm
so
talking about if there's wrinkles up here, they will not buy it.
Not touch it.
Yeah.
And the clear plastic, the sticker that's supposed to be on there has to be right. Everything's got to be so very much like a graded comic. And you can get Funkos graded or not?
You can, yeah.
Okay, so you can get them graded. I've seen them in boxes. You've got some sealed here in big acrylic boxes and stuff like that.
Yes. Just keep them protected.
Awesome stuff. Come on down here and grab this.
That's right.
What else is going on? Evan Dixon's comics still here.
Yep, we have
got some more of those.
0 issue, so come on and get that. Number 1 is to be announced, so we don't know when it's coming out, but it is coming out.
Yeah, it is.
Number 1 from Ninja and Sneakers.
Check out the Not Top 10 comic show. I take you through the comics 11 through 20 for the upcoming week based on sales from Cover Price. So that probably comes out on Tuesdays or Wednesdays after I get the data from Cover Price. I like doing that. That was fun. I got some good critiques on that. My daughter texted me right away. She said, "Dad, you're so far away and slumped down. Get that camera on you a little far." So, all right, we'll do that. You said the same thing. We're going to do that and get that fixed up. But come on down to the collectors here at Lebanon. What's the address?
205 South Maple Street, Lebanon, Tennessee, 37087.
And it's Saturday, 5th of July, 6th of July?
Yeah,
I don't know what day it is.
Today is the
You'll be
6th.
here all day, right?
Yeah, I'll be here 10 to 6.
So come on in, see Brandon, Like, subscribe, comment.
That's right.
What do you think was the hottest first appearance in the 1980s? I know I didn't get them all, but there's some good stuff. What was your favorite? Leave that in the comments.
That's right.
Have a great July. We'll see you in about a week.
That's right.
And keep on collecting, right?
Keep on collecting.
Thank you.